Hello and welcome back, my friends. This is Holistic Stormcast, and I'm Coach Angela. I want to ask you a question that might sound a little strange. Are you living your life indoors? Think about it. We wake up inside, we drive to work in a car if we're not already remote, work inside a building, come home, and spend the evenings inside. We stare at screens that mimic daylight long after the sun set, and then we wonder why we have brain fog and why we feel anxious and why our energy is flatlined by 3 o'clock. We blame stress, we blame our diet, we blame a lack of sleep. But what if the problem is simpler and way more profound? What if we're suffering from a kind of malillumination, a literal starvation for natural light? Hmm? So today we're going to explore the cutting edge science that proves you are, at your core, a being powered by light, and that I'm going to give you the simple, free, and foundational protocol to start recharging your body's battery starting tomorrow morning. This is Holistic Stormcast. We're going to get weird. No, it's not weird. It's awesome. See you in a sec. Before we get into the protocols, I want to set the stage. The concepts that we're discussing today are at the intersection of ancient wisdom and some really exciting modern science, including circadian biology and quantum physics. So my goal is to break it all down and make it practical so that you can apply it in your life. So let's start with that core idea that I mentioned. Your body's a battery. Every one of our trillions of cells contain mitochondria, which are these tiny power plants that create the energy for everything that we do. And just like any battery, they need to be charged. So the primary charger for the human battery is what? It's always been light. So for thousands of years, we've lived our lives by the rhythm of the sun. I feel like that's a song. So we rose with it, worked under it, we rested when it set. But in our world now, we live indoors. We, stare at artificial blue light from screens all day long, all different kinds of screens, all at once, because we can't just have one. We need multiple. I have three, plus a phone and an iPad. Good grief. We've become completely disconnected from our primary power source. We are, in essence, trying to run a powerful machine on the wrong kind of fuel in a very weak charge. We are those machines. Okay. So the first step to recharging your battery is the simplest, truly. And it happens the moment that you wake up. This is your first protocol. Become a sunrise gazer. What's that? Well, every single morning, your job is to be present for the sunrise. Good luck with that. This means rising up and facing east. So you go outside, literally barefoot, go stand on your lawn or in the dirt, or if you just have like a back patio that you've poured some concrete, just like do that. Ground yourself. Okay, that's the point. And for this to work, you need to do it without any glasses or contacts or sunglasses covering your eyes. It's not so bright that you need sunglasses, but you get my point. The light needs to enter your eyes directly to set your body's master clock. So when the sun first peaks over that horizon, it's emitting specific wavelengths of light, like red and infrared. those are gentle and restorative. So this morning light is what tells your brain to start a cascade of beneficial hormones. And it signals your body to produce dopamine and serotonin that make you feel good and motivated. And it shuts down your melatonin production so that you feel awake and alert. So it literally starts the internal orchestra for your day. And it ensures that every instrument is playing in tune and on time to the same song. I'm going to stop there. So you don't stare directly at the sun once it's bright, okay? But you can look, a few degrees off to the side, above, below, whatever. Spend as much time as you can, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 hour, life-changing. Doing this daily practice is the single most powerful signal that you can send your body to regulate your energy, your mood, and of course, your sleep. So once you've started changing that battery, you need to give it the right fuel. So your body needs the right materials to build its electrical circuits. And the membranes of these cells, especially in your brain and your nervous system, are made of fat. So to become a better receiver of light, that light energy, you need to fuel your body with lots of healthy fats. And that means you're shifting into a real state of ketosis and not just eating keto food labels, but by increasing your fat in your diet and aiming for like a 3-to-1 or even a 4-to-1 fat to protein ratio. So this is not a high protein thing. It's not a carnivore. It's not a lion. It's a high fat, moderate-ish protein, low carbohydrate diet. So what I was taught is that you can start by limiting your carbs to like 50 or 60 grams a day. And then as you get more comfortable with your sunrise gazing, you can slowly drop that to 25 to 20 grams. Okay, so you can test your urine or your blood and see if you entered ketosis. And this is definitely a practice that you can learn and get better with in time. Practice makes progress. Just always remember that. One of the most important fats for this process is the omega-3 fatty acid, DHA. So you can think of DHA as the antenna to your cells. So this allows your brain and your nervous system to receive the signals from the light and spark your biology into action. When you're increasing your intake of DHA, preferably from foods with wild caught fatty fish, is really crucial for improving your cognition. And it literally helps you understand all of these complex ideas better because it makes your brain work better. So all of this comes into play. If you're like, I don't know what the heck she's talking about, that's fine. Trust the process. You will understand it. Just keep going with it. Don't give up. And after about like 2 weeks or so of this consistent sunrise viewing, your body will be better prepared to move forward into the midday sun. So this is when that full sun provides you that powerful spectrum UVB light, which is what allows your skin to make vitamin D. There are apps that you can use that have timers. They have a lot of data points that they'll take in to tell you how long you can safely stay in that sun and when you might start burning. So to get out of the sun. So what does your body typically use to make vitamin D? So it uses your LDL cholesterol. And that's why your ketosis and your sunlight exposure are bound together. So you need the right fats so that you can use light properly. Does that make sense? This is a cool lesson here, guys. I'm just saying, and gals. Full circle, we want to respect the sunset. We want to gaze into it, just like we did the sunrise. So try to watch the sunset again with nothing on your eyeballs, no glasses, no contacts, no sunglasses, unless you're driving. I mean, if you really, need to just do this while you're not driving, if you can. So we want to send another powerful signal to your brain that the day is ending. After that sun goes down, It's vital to keep your home more warm shaded, right? We think of nights like we think of bonfires, we think of fireplaces, we think of dim lights, amber lights, red lights. We don't want bright overhead lights, blue lights, all the screens at their brightest where it looks like a flashlight staring into your eyeballs. And the reason for this is to allow your brain to produce melatonin, and that's your hormone of uh, darkness and repair. And so that's essential for your really deep restorative sleep. And it's so important for so many reasons. So let's bring it together. You feel foggy, you feel anxious, you're unfocused because your body's battery is low. You've been totally disconnected from your power source and you're using entirely wrong fuel. And so that path is pretty simple and it's completely free. I don't have to invest in any weird lights. So that brings us to the challenge for the week. I'm not asking you to change your entire diet. I'm just asking you to do just one thing for the next 7 days. Get up and say hello to the sunrise. That's it. For 1 week, set your alarm, get outside, and be present while the sun comes up. You'll actually love it. It's beautiful. Go barefoot. Will expose all of your skin to this beautiful full spectrum sunrise. Drink a glass of water while you're doing it. Don't worry about the other steps just yet. Just commit to this one first part and just pay attention to how you feel, your energy, your mood, your focus, especially later on in the day. And that single act is the first and most powerful step in recharging your entire system. I think this is really going to be good. Put some comments below if you've done this before, if you work with a physician that does this. I have. Absolutely incredible. Learned so much reading a lot about it. It is definitely a practice that you need to continue to do. Practice makes progress. So, if you get off that track, you can get right back on and don't give up on yourself. So, you got this. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me on Holistic Stormcast. I'm glad you are here. Keep in mind that we are all beings of light. Thank God for every single day. And it's time to start living like we're grateful and we're thankful. And that starts with first thing in the morning. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.